Hi there, how are you? This is Hamza. In this video, we are gonna be building a simple AI agent from scratch. It is gonna be an appointment agent that will take care of all of your appointments on Google Calendar. It will edit, add, delete all of your appointments, reducing manual workloads. So let's start. Okay, so in this video, we are gonna be building agent on the LangChain ecosystem. So first of all, let's import the template, no package for right now. Basically, this will just give you a simple agent to start with. It has a FastAPI server, a Docker file, a poetry dependency management, basically all of the things. Okay, so first of all, let's make the structure. The first thing would be LM. Then after LM, there would be prompt. After prompt, there will be routes to connect with our app, and then we will have the services, business logic, or whatever you want to call, and then tool. Okay, so first of all, let's make the client.py from LangChain underscore OpenAI import jet OpenAI, and then initialize LLM. Basically, this will be just returning the LLM, which will then be used for our agent, and then our agent will have tools which then agent will be executing in the loop and basically making the actions and generating responses. Okay, now we'll return chat OpenAI. Okay, so basically I am just using the OpenAI adapter. I will not be using the OpenAI key because I am going with the open router provider. So it is entirely up to you whether you want to go with Anthropic, Azure, or any other provider that you uh, may seem fit. Okay, so first of all, if we are doing so, we need to edit the base URL and then API key and then model and and yes, and these are all the necessary things. If you want to also add frequency, temperature, and other things, you can do so. It is entirely up to you. Okay, so after this, we will be making the doctor like, appointment, basically appointment agent dot md, and in this we are gonna be uh, adding prompt, whatever prompt that you may like. Okay, so I like this prompt. So you can generate any prompt that you want from Claude or OpenAI or any other that you want. After this, okay, so as we are gonna be using the Google Calendar, we would need the required service file. So for that, why would you go to Cloud Console, and then after this, I have made the sample project. You will be going to calendar API. Okay, here there will be option of enable. You will enable it and then press on manage. And after that, you will go to credentials. And here you will need to generate some credential that you like. Let me create a new credential. You will create a service account first. And let me make it demo app and then create and continue. Done. I don't need any permission right now. Okay, so it will generate you a service account. After that, you will go to keys and then generate a key, the JSON file. Okay, when you have the JSON file, you need to copy it and paste it to the VS Code. Okay, so first of all, you need to make a secrets folder where we will be adding the secret, the JSON file, like this, and based on this, now we will make the tools like Google cal.py, and here first of all you will initialize the Google Calendar, not sorry, the Google client, and then use the Google Calendar tools. There's a documentation that you can watch, like here. As you can see, there's a entire documentation, like how do you make events, how do you delete events, modify events, all of the things. So it would be better if you also have a read at it. Okay, so now let's go back to our code. Okay, so first of all, let's initialize. This is the code for initialization. It will take from the environment variable, Google credentials path, and then initialize our client, and then we will be making functions like create, edit, delete, search, like whatever tools that you want. So based on documentation, I will make some tools, and then we'll go towards the service file and attach all of the things so our agent will be completed. Okay, so let's make the tools. Okay, so these are some event functions that I made. The first one is a search one, in which it takes the minimum and maximum time and then max results and make query based on that. And after that, there is an add event and then modify event and delete event. You can read on the you can read on the guide that is provided by Google for this, and then make any sort of function that you want. Right now, this is a high level functions. There are many more functions like add labels, add as many things as you want in the uh, you can say calendar, and then do so. Okay, so after that, let's make the routes. Well, here we will use the API router and then make the route. Okay, so here first of all we will import the FastAPI, and we will import the API router, and then if there is some sort of exception we would also need to cater that. Okay, so after this we will router is equal to API router, and then uh, if you want to add some prefix, you can add here, as it is a single module app, so we are not gonna be doing anything. Otherwise, you make different sections or different routes, so there is easy for front end team or other teams to manage the API. Okay, and then here chat appointment, and then input, which will be provided by the user, and then it is better to always add the try except. Okay, so here we will be just calling the service files, as the route files only work is to route and do nothing else. It is like you can say the MVC pattern somewhat, where we have clearly separated different areas, so it would be easier for us to manage. And here you can raise the exception, HTTP exception, and we can say like status code 500, and then for the detail we can say like system error. Okay, and for this first now let's also make the service files, service.py, and in here we are gonna be combining the client with the uh, tools and prompts, so it would be a whole agent, and we are gonna use the simple agent that LangChain provides. Okay, so first of all, let's import from LangChain dot agents, import create agent. This will be a single agent, and let's also get our tools, and let's import from dot tools dot google cal, and then import. We had the search events, and then we had the add event and delete event and modify event. Okay, so now let's also add this search events, add event, delete event, and modify event. Okay, now let's also create our agent. Agent is equal to create agent, and then in it we will be getting our LLM from dot LLM dot client import initialize LLM, and then we will call here initialize LLM. We will now have our client, and then we will attach the tools, and now we need the system prompt. System prompt. Okay, and now let's also import the system sys prompt, and we will be, as it is a .md file, so we are gonna have to read it. Okay, so now let's add this system prompt is prompt, and let's also make a function chat, and here we will it will query, and it will be a string. Right now I am doing string, but it would be better to always have pydantic models, so there is a strict schema to follow, and it would be easier in future for bigger systems to manage the input flow, input, output, and like all sort of flows. It is not recommendable to uh, move data like this in raw form, like I am doing here. We will have the result, and then here we will make an agent and then invoke it, and here we will have the messages. This the schema that I am right now following is the OpenAI one. If you are gonna use the Anthropic provider like LangChain Anthropic adapter, so you will be using that pattern, but all of them are mostly similar. And we will have the user role, and after that we will add the content, which will be query, and after that, whatever the result is, we will be returning that, and then we will be returning its content. Okay, so I think this is how easy it has become to make an agent using the LangChain providers. So now let's complete the remaining things. So we have now, I think, pretty much less things to cover. Okay, so now we are gonna be returning chat function, which is in logic, and here we will be sending the input, and let's also import it. Font dot logic services dot service import chat. Okay, and then after all of these things, this will also be uh, here you will also import from .env import load.env, and then here you will load.env, and then okay, so after importing the load.env, we are also going to import uh, as for importing the base URL and all other things. Okay, so now we are gonna initialize, sorry, add also here the router, and then just run the app, and hopefully it will run. Okay, so let's add now app dot include router, and then our route from app dot routes dot route import router, and then just add it here, and now we will run the Docker file, and then we will be good to go. Okay, so let's first of all save all of these in case they haven't been saved. Think yes, so that's it. Okay, so now let's build. Oh, sorry, I forgot to add the poetry packages. First of all, let's also add the poetry packages. Uh, the poetry packages that will be needing a LangChain, LangChain, OpenAI, and REST. Okay, so as now I have installed all of the dependencies. Now let's make the Docker again, and it can take some time, so it depends upon your machine. And after the Docker image build, we will be running it, and also make let's make the environment file tnv, where we will be setting the base URL, a model, API key, and then I believe there was, yes, your credentials, basically the path of this. And remember, in here you are supposed to write code first, because in Docker uh, there are some changes in path, and in code there will be all of the files like inside the app because I have copied the app directory. So, okay, so as I am using OpenRouter, so my base URL will be this, and then it will be OpenAI GPT 4o mini, and our credentials will be like code, and then we will go to app, and then secrets, and then this name instead of this. Let me copy this thing. Okay, like this, and then here you will add the API key, and then when you will run, it will run successfully. So now let's see the demo. Okay, so now let's run the Docker, and let's open it now. 127.0.0, and this will open the Swagger UI, and let's test it. Can you please make an appointment for about 1 hour tomorrow? Tomorrow like 2 p.m. and title will be dummy. And as we are using the LLM, so and there is most of the probability that LLM current date would be like previous year or 2 years before because of the training data. If you want to like make it more good, you can add the you can say clock or time period of today's integrate into it. So it's entirely up to you. And today is 18/07/26. Let's see what it gives the response. Okay, so it is saying that it has created it. Okay, so one more thing that you cannot see this appointment on the Google Calendar UI because of the restriction, mm, or most likely you can say that as we have used the Google Calendar API, so it has made its own table and you cannot see it on UI. If you want to see it on your UI, you can do it like okay, so let's do it. So first of all, go here, and as this was my client email, copy your client email, and after that, open your ID, whatever ID that you want, and here I will be opening the Google Calendar, and here make another calendar. Okay, like whatever calendar that you want. Okay, okay, so when your calendar is made, then you can go to it here and add people. I am adding my core client and giving it permission like make changes and manage sharing and add one more line in your code, like go here, and then I have added Google Calendar ID because so what it will do, it will take your calendar ID and then it will make changes on that you can say on that shared calendar. So basically there are different ways if you want to do. It is entirely up to you. Like I have added a calendar ID. If you don't want to add it and you think that you can manage without the UI or you don't need the UI, basically depending upon your use case, so you can remove it as well. Okay, so now let's add here. After this, and I go to, okay, so I think the changes have been applied. And now let's go back and only see the dummy use cases. Okay, and also here add the calendar ID. You can see the API key. I will revoke it after this video. So if you want to see it, you can. Okay, so let's go in settings. Is there an option for calendars? Okay, so let's go to settings and then my calendar and copy this calendar ID and then paste it here and then again build it because of the changes that we made and then run it. Right. So as it is integrated, I believe. So again run it. Okay, so it has said that it has made appointment for tomorrow. So let's see if there's an appointment. Yes, there is an appointment, and if I ask it about today is 13/07/2026. What are tomorrow appointments? Okay, so it is saying that. So this is the high level overview of this simple agent. Hope you liked it. Do subscribe and like. Have a great day.